Does driving under the influence include being under the influence of medication? Do you know? Drop your guesses in the comments below right now, because you and I are about to watch DUI Stop takes an unexpected turn from EWU Body Cam with me, America's Attorney. Let's find out. Let's get started right now.
Deputy Lewis with Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. So I pulled you over, you were crossed over the white line.
Oh yeah, because he's helping me drive because I'm pregnant. I have a lot of pressure down here. So he's helping me drive and he was like...
Oh, okay, do you not have a driver's license?
Oh, I don't.
You don't have a driver's license?
I'm just helping her because...
Okay, do you have an identification from...
Yeah,
Where are you from?
Las Vegas. We're coming from...
Okay, coming from Las Vegas, and you just... And where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas too.
I mean, I gotta jump right in here and say we're already looking at, obviously, driving without a license. That's like a no-brainer. You're not allowed to drive a vehicle without a driver's license.
When the deputy approaches the car, he quickly realizes that there may be a language barrier between he and the driver, Leonardo Mendoza. To make things a little easier, he asks his partner to help translate.
So I'm getting alcohol from here. I can smell alcohol. So ask him when he's had a drink. When's the last time he's had a drink?
It says not since the 31st, but there's no way that that's possible.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm getting a strong smell of alcohol. Get right there. Okay, turn and face me. Turn and face me. Okay, so if you'll just explain to him to follow the tip of my finger with his eyes only.
I gotta jump in here and say, look, these field sobriety tests are hard enough when there's not a language barrier, but when there is a language barrier, this is a tricky situation. I could see people failing this, not because they're inebriated or impaired in any way, just because they're not exactly sure what you're telling them to do. But also, if they have a bunch of alcohol in them, that can make it harder. Let's see what happens. So he's got the sun in the background, so the light is not in this guy's eyes, which is good.
Okay, I can tell you've been drinking. When's the last time you had a drink?
31st.
31st.
We already
I
know.
can tell you're under the influence of alcohol. How
Better
much have you had to
question.
drink?
Officer, I've been dizzy.
Yeah, you're darn right you've been dizzy.
I can show you my my phone calls. I called Mama.
Is there any alcohol inside the vehicle?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
I haven't been drinking. I
Okay,
was calling.
you sit here and talk to him for a few minutes. Okay, so how much has he had to drink? He seems intoxicated.
Well, with me, I haven't seen him drinking.
You haven't seen him drinking? There's no alcohol inside the car or anything?
No.
Is it your truck or is it his truck?
It's his truck.
It's his truck?
Yeah, girlfriend.
Okay. So we have a report of him laying face down in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, a couple
Whoa.
miles back. Somebody drove by you, said he was laying face down in the dirt, and we see the marks on him. I smell alcohol coming from the vehicle.
Okay.
His eyes are showing me he's intoxicated. So I think you're both lying to me.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah,
Okay.
He was laying on the dirt because he was feeling dizzy. And I was getting a lot of pressure because I'm 9 months pregnant.
Uh-huh.
So he was just laying down on the dirt just to, like, relax
Because he's intoxicated.
it's, well...
Okay.
Leonardo is not only displaying clear signs of intoxication, but the report of his lying face down in
Whoa.
the dirt just goes to show that there is no covering this up.
Okay, just a deep breath and then blow.
Y hay que seguir soplando. Sopla, sopla, sopla,
Okay,
sopla, sopla.
okay, you're good.
Just a reminder, in almost every state, if you are offered a breathalyzer test and you don't take it, that can itself be a crime, because driving a vehicle on the road is implied consent that you will take the test if it is requested of you. But getting convicted of not taking that test is not the same thing as getting convicted of DUI, although in some states it's very, very, very close. And let's cut the suspense and see how inebriated he is right now.
Okay, our test shows he's 3 times the legal limit to be driving, okay? He's extremely intoxicated. He fell because he was drunk, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is going to jail. Well, he's going to jail because driving under the influence is a mandatory arrest. Okay. We'll approach the subject and check you to make sure you're good to drive. And if that's the case, you will be allowed to take the vehicle. Okay? So you can sit back in the vehicle?
I kind of told him to drive because I was falling asleep.
Because
So
you
it's
were
like
falling asleep.
My fault.
Okay, did you guys have a fight out there? Is that
No,
why
we
he was
didn't.
laying down?
No, he was just laying down because he felt dizzy. He's been sick and well, he's under the influence.
Yeah,
But
because he's...
Since
Okay.
I was falling asleep, I stood. I got on the side of the road
Uh-huh.
and I told him if he could drive because I was just falling asleep
Okay.
and it was just
So you know how dangerous that is, because when he was pulling up to us, he was completely over this line. He can't even maintain a lane. That's how intoxicated he is. Okay. Well, it's not your fault. Even if you ask him to, he's an adult. He needs to say, I've been drinking. I can't drive.
He's been telling me.
We actually had an ambulance out looking for you guys. Okay, because somebody drove by, saw him in the dirt, and called the ambulance and was looking for him. Okay, we're gonna put him through some tests, but I already checked his eyes to see he is extremely intoxicated. Okay, I can smell the alcohol. How much alcohol is inside the car?
Inside the car, none.
How long ago was he drinking?
I don't know, not that I know.
Okay.
Like inside the car, there's no alcohol.
Okay. Can you understand me enough that we can have this? Okay. Okay. Because you are 3 times the legal limit. Okay. You are far. And she just explained to me that she had you drive because she wasn't feeling well and it was her mistake. But still, you know it's illegal to drive while you're intoxicated. Okay?
It's illegal for this guy to drive while he's not intoxicated because he doesn't have a driver's license. But it's also dangerous, more dangerous, for him to drive while he's 3 times the legal limit.
The next test I want you to do, I want you to stand with your arms down to your side, your feet together. I want you to pick either foot, lift it about...
Okay, so he's gonna have him do the heel to toe step test. You know, he's already had him do the eye test. He's already had him do breathalyzer test. And now he's got this one. And the reason that officers do this is that any one test on its own is not necessarily dispositive. There can be problems with them. There can be reasons why you might have failed one. But those same reasons wouldn't necessarily apply to the other versions of the test. And so it's just evidence on top of evidence on top of evidence because, again, remember, this isn't like a preponderance of the evidence. They have to prove in court beyond a reasonable doubt that this guy is intoxicated. Not just, you know, oh, he probably was, or yeah, we think, yeah. No, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. So they're coming at him just like they come at anyone that they pull over where they have a suspicion of this. They're going to give him as many tests as they possibly can. And the officers, of course, are wanting people to fail every single one of them because if you have one that you do well on, well, that right there might be a reasonable doubt.
Roughly about 6 inches off the ground. I want you to hold it there, parallel to the ground, and count out loud.
Oh,
okay?
This is the balance test he has him doing first. This is not going to go well. Not at 0.24.
6, 7, 8.
Oh, he's
okay,
down.
I don't want you to fall, so that's okay there.
Yeah.
You're going to be placed under arrest for driving under the influence, okay? You cannot drive impaired. When you pulled up to us, you were driving so far over the white line, you were going to hurt somebody, okay? Either yourself, your girlfriend, you were going to hurt somebody.
Please, officer.
Okay, it's out of my hands, okay? So go ahead and turn around for me. Face the truck.
Officer,
Yes, sir.
I know me behaving. Can you make me a favor? She's pregnant.
Yes.
She's about to do.
That's just not the way it works. If you were drinking and driving, you go to jail. That's the way it works in Nevada, okay? There is no exceptions to that rule.
Can you call my doctor so he tells you?
Well, is it out?
That's it.
Okay. No, I can't call your doctor because I smell the alcohol on your breath. I did the test to show how much alcohol is in your system. You haven't just drank a little. You have drank an extreme amount of alcohol. With him being...
The irony is that it's probably not true, at least based on what Iwu has said so far. This guy may not have had anything to drink, but we'll talk about whether or not that matters here once we get the rest of the facts in.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
Not having any identification, any U.S. issued identification, I don't know that the judge will release him. Okay, he might be in court, or he might have to wait till he goes to court in a couple days, or he could get released as early as tomorrow. Okay, are you going to try to continue on to Washington? So we have to search your car for this alcohol. Are you just going to tell us where it's at, or do we have to take the whole vehicle apart looking for the alcohol?
I'm trying to be calm, so you know I'm saying the truth. Can you please call my doctor?
If you have this condition that makes you drunk, you can't have a driver's license and you can't drive. It doesn't give you an excuse to drive if you know you have a condition that makes you drunk, okay?
Officer, can you call my doctor? He will tell you that I'm going through a problem in my stomach.
Oh no, that could very well be true, but you cannot drive if you have that problem that turns the food in your stomach to alcohol.
My prescription says that if I'm taking that prescription, I have to take it with me so the people know.
So you need to take the prescription.
I only have to take my prescription with me, so in case of anything happens, so you or my employers knows that I'm going through that.
But you still can't drive. You still cannot drive. It's not.
I mean, the guy is right. He's got this prescription, and the people who are around him need to know what the effects of that can be. But the officer's right also. Prescription doesn't give you license to operate a vehicle when you're impaired. This guy's clearly impaired, and so the officer's just sticking to his guns, which is the right thing to do here.
Illegal if you were sitting in the passenger side, not drunk. But you are driving the vehicle, and you're running off the road because you're drunk, okay?
I wasn't driving off the road.
No, you were. That's why I pulled you over. Is because when you came up to me, and I have a camera right up there that'll show it and everything. You were driving off the road and laying face down in the dirt.
I mean,
Just a
we've
little
all
bit
been
before,
there.
we
We've
had
all been
ambulance out
face down in the
looking for you
dirt
'cause you're
before,
laying
right?
Face down in the dirt because you're so intoxicated.
No, we were doing it because we were
I
children.
was there because I was.
What do you want from me, Leonardo? You were drunk. You're driving all over the road.
I can't let her drive, please. She's pregnant. She's 8 months.
Why are
Yeah.
pregnant people not allowed to drive?
You know, you have,
Oh wait,
she's
he's
gonna feel-
impaired. I get it now.
You're the one who decided to drive drunk. You're the one who decided to drive
his
drunk,
baby.
not me. Okay. So
I was driving safe. I didn't hear.
no, you weren't. You were way over the
It
white
doesn't
line. You
matter
were
if
running
he was
off the
driving
road.
safe or not.
So are
also,
you?
don't understand why the officer keeps saying you were driving over the line. It's almost like in the officer's mind, he's trying to justify this stop to himself. Now, he does actually need to be able to have a justification for stopping him, like being over the line or speeding or swerving or whatever. But he keeps harping on the fact that the guy looked dangerous, which is not really relevant for a stop. Actually, they're probably justified in stopping just if he matches the description of someone having been laying face down in the dirt a few minutes earlier. I don't know, maybe a welfare check or something. I don't know, but let's see how this wraps up.
Refusing to do a blood or breath sample. Are we gonna just have to do a warrant and force it?
I already did a blood sample.
No, you gave a breath sample.
Okay.
Do you want to do another breath sample?
Okay, I do it.
Okay. Then we'll take you up to the office and do a breath sample up there. Okay?
Some of these are prenatal.
Do you know what they're all for? Does he?
For acid reflux, one's for anxiety. Usually they're all for acid reflux.
For acid
Yeah,
reflux?
he has to take them for.
He gets dizzy when he gets the acid reflux?
Yeah, when he eats a lot of bad food that he's not supposed to eat.
Okay. Did you ask him if he had been drinking? You couldn't. I mean, I could smell it from so
Oh
far
my word,
away.
the dog is so cute.
Never did ask him or
They should have
anything.
asked the dog some questions.
Yeah. So he knew it was going to happen.
Oh wow, she is snitching on him. If Bruce Rivers were here, he'd be like, "Don't snitch."
So
I
the
don't
whole
care if
ti-
she
the topic
snitches.
of
I don't
him
want
being intoxicated
intoxicated
never came
people
up
out on the
because,
road.
I mean,
Come
he
on.
fell down. Well, I am really sorry about this, but our hands are tied. If you're driving that drunk, you're putting everybody at risk. Okay.
Well, there you have it. Here are the rules. If you knowingly ingest alcohol and you consume so much that your blood alcohol level is statutorily too high and you're impaired by the definition that's set out in the statute, then that's a criminal act. However, if you do something else that causes you to become impaired, then that can also lead to a violation of the criminal law. And it's not that you need to know that the thing that you were doing caused that problem. It's that you intended to do the thing that you were doing. What I mean is, if he intended to take the medicine and he knew that the medicine made him dizzy, then he would be committing enough of the intentionality inherent in an intoxication statute, in a driving under the influence statute, to make him guilty of a violation. And if you just step back and think about this as a society, what we want is everyone staying off the roads who might be dangerous. And I will say that was an unfortunate situation. And now I would like to know your pro se opinion. Do you think the illness is a valid excuse for driving recklessly? I think you know what I think. Should the cop have given them a pass since she was pregnant and she was just trying to get home and she asked him to drive? I want to know what you think. Get down in the comments, tell me what's on your mind, and then come right back here and check out this Y&W Melly trial breakdown. Or that one. See ya.
Big verdict.